Okay, y'all, look, we finna get right into this video, right? Because now I'm not gonna just try to say I mentally predicted that there was gonna be another mass shooting, but I have a little bit of evidence right here that my mind was going toward another mass shooting happening in the near future when I took this screenshot, right? I screenshotted this from the Washington Post. It was on my Apple News section, and it caught my eye when I was just scrolling. When I opened my phone, I saw the post, and I quickly clicked on it before it disappeared. It caught my eye because this was Sunday night. This was Sunday night at 11:20 p.m. is when I took this screenshot, and it said, "From Sandy Hook to Buffalo, 10 years of gun reform failures." Now, mind you, the shooting in Texas happened 10 days after the shooting in Buffalo, New York. So right there, we get some similarities right off the bat, and it doesn't even relate. It doesn't even relate to the actual Texas shooting, really. This is just a screenshot that I'm relating the number 10 to, because they used 10 years of gun reform failures as far as when Sandy Hook happened in 2012, and then now the Buffalo and Texas mass shooting happening exactly 10 years later, then 10 days apart from each other, right? So the only reason I took this screenshot is because I kind of felt that something else was about to happen, and because they wouldn't have put this article out if they didn't have an agenda to push at hand. They're trying to pass certain laws to take the Second Amendment. They probably want the First Amendment as well. So that's why I screenshotted this. It just caught my mind. I was like, damn, something else is finna happen. I had no idea it was going to be another huge mass shooting at an elementary school. Trust me, I wasn't thinking that far. I just mentally thought in my head, something else is about to happen. So that's why I'm like, I'm not trying to start this like, oh, I predicted it was about to happen, like how some people do. But my head was on the swivel. That's why I screenshotted this from Sunday night, and I can actually show y'all the time that I screenshotted it, so you don't think I'm just trying to make this up to go more with my video. So that was kind of the first thing that I just wanted to go over, because I thought that was really interesting as far as seeing that post Sunday night, right? So the next thing I want to get into, it kind of goes right into the Sandy Hook massacre, right? Now, I guess before we actually start that off, now before we actually go into kind of like the similarities and things, right? I guess to just kind of say what I generally feel about everything as far as everything that's been happening lately. Y'all already know how I feel about a lot of this stuff as far as it being pushed, as far as it being, orchestrated. I'm not going to use this video, because I am posting this to YouTube. I'm not going to use this video to go really hard against the narrative. Y'all already know how that goes. They'll take this video down immediately because kids are involved. So I'm not about to say all, some crazy wild shit. But I do want to go over a few things that do not just make sense. And the fact that we got a lot of different articles when this first happened. Now, obviously, And wait, before I even say that, this goes back to hella other cases I've done on the channel, as far as them always putting out articles ahead of time of how many people are dead or whatever the case is. Even when Kobe died, they didn't have the exact number. They put out a few different numbers before they put out 9. I think 9 people died on that helicopter, So they always do that. They always put out early information that 12 people died. Oh, no, 2 hours later. Oh, no, it was 16 people. Then take it back. No, it was actually 19 people and two adults. And the reason I bring that up is because why do news articles want to rush and put this kind of information out, put these numbers out when you don't actually know how many people died? Why would you report 15 people if you don't absolutely know? If the officers waited outside to go into the school for up to almost an hour while supposedly the 18-year-old boy was in there just killing kids, then that means when everything was over with, when the entire thing was over with, someone went into the building. You could clearly see that there were 19 dead bodies and 2 adults, 19 kids. You can clearly see it. So why would articles come out saying that 15 kids died, 12 kids died? It's like, y'all, how could you possibly shoot the information out too fast? I don't understand that. It doesn't make sense, because the people that are on scene, the officers, the FBI, everybody that's on scene, how is information getting out before they actually count the bodies? So is news, these outlets, they're just making videos and just saying, hey, 12 people died. They ain't counted yet, but we think 12 died. Let's just put it out. 3 hours later, no, actually 19 dead and two adults dead. I think that's just a point that you have to think about, because why in the first place are articles coming out that are not the correct amount of dead people? That is questionable to begin with. You have to think about that. You can't just let that go over your head because it's so common, because they do it so much. They always put out 3 people died, then an hour later it was 12 people that died. Even a lot of people are saying that they saw articles that were completely different from the official narrative when it first started, saying that he was actually stopped outside of the school, that he ran into a security officer that just happened to be coming out of the back when he was approaching the school. It doesn't make sense. Now, look, there's a lot to this that doesn't really make sense. So if I sound like I'm jumping over and over and over, it's because my head is rambling and I'm trying to look at my points and kind of remember everything I wanted to go over. I'm not going to try to cram it all into this one video, because we could definitely keep talking about this in another one, just in case there's some things I forget. But right now, I think I'm on track with everything that I wanted to start with and talk about, because it has a lot to do with, just how everything in these mass shootings happen, how it takes place. As far as the one in Buffalo, the dude being 18, then 10 days later, this shooter is also 18. And it gives you those same narratives of how they became, these mass crazy teenage killers and shit. You should see, and actually I'm going to talk about the little video that they did, basically explaining why the 18-year-old was just so, alone, and why he would end up doing this kind of thing, because he was in love with Call of Duty. He was a loner. He was bullied. He loved guns. He had, just all kind of stuff, all kind of reasons that they give you to try to justify why a young 18-year-old dude would just turn around and just do some wild shit, wake up, shoot his grandma in the face, and then go right to the elementary school. Which, the crazy thing about that, guess what? That is the same thing. That is the same thing, bro. The same thing that happened December 14th, 2012 at Sandy Hook. The same thing. It reads, but the violence stirs especially painful memories of December 14, 2012, the day a 20-year-old gunman killed 20 children and 6 adults at Sandy Hook Elementary School. In a grim parallel, 2 senior law enforcement officials told NBC News that they were investigating whether the Texas suspect shot his grandmother before the incident. Yes, he did. The Newton gunman shot and killed his mother before he drove to Sandy Hook. So think about that, people. Why are these mass shootings with these young to 18 and 20-year-olds, why are they waking up, killing their mom or killing their grandmother, and then driving straight to the elementary school? Think about that. It's like sometimes they will give you the shit in the articles. They'll give you the truth in the news, but kind of just like rearrange it in a way like how they did in a grim parallel. In a grim parallel, no, it's not. It's exactly the same story. It's coming from the same people. It's coming from that same black budget government. This is why it went this way. Clearly, he had to be under some kind of mind control. He woke up, you shot your grandma, You went on a little high-speed chase, you crashed, and then you somehow ran into the elementary school after crashing. You crashed at a perfect spot to get to the elementary school, first off. And then they have a little small clip that you're going to see in this video, a little small clip of him supposedly running into the school. Just a little small clip, just enough to you could see his body running into the school, which also doesn't really make sense on how a kid could just walk right into an elementary school unless the things aren't the same anymore. Maybe they didn't have to buzz in at that school. Maybe it's just open to just walk in that motherfucker. I don't know. I can't name it completely on that topic. But I find this right here, I find this to be kind of like almost a case breaker as far as us, thinking that these people are mind controlled. These people are triggered. You see what I'm saying? And you have to think about it. He supposedly turned 18, went and bought 2 AR-15 rifles. I think he had a tactical vest on when he went into the school as well. He bought upward of 300 to 400 rounds of ammunition for the ARs, and which I saw a post online that said, if you really think about it, it's like, how did a kid that was supposedly poor, families suffered from poorness and all this crazy stuff, how in the hell does he own and buy 2 AR-15s that are worth upward of $2,000 to $3,000 a piece? But yet they're poor and this and that, but their son can go out and buy 2 AR-15s that are worth $2,000 to $3,000, bro. And then the parents say that they had no idea he went out and bought guns. So as y'all see, man, there is a lot that does not add up about this case, about this mass shooting, which is why I said I'm gonna use this video to kind of just talk around it. I can't y'all gotta bear with me. I can't. Y'all already know how to have my channel deleted. And number one, before I get too far ahead, I really appreciate everybody coming in, man. Everybody that's been subbing back to the channel. I know a lot of y'all been thinking that you were unsubscribed from my channel, but you were not. YouTube deleted my original channel. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of y'all are like, yo, I was unsubscribed. And it's like, no, bro, you were not. They deleted my channel. You see what I'm saying? So y'all are basically finding my new channel. I really appreciate y'all coming back, man. We done gained so many subs, a couple thousand over the last days. I really appreciate the love and y'all just coming back, you know what I'm saying, to check the videos out and to hear my POV on everything, man. I really appreciate y'all. I can't even tell y'all enough how much I love y'all, man. Y'all already know what's going on, man. But look, so back to what I was saying about, just how I can't really just super go in on it like that. Y'all already know. Maybe I could just upload a version on Patreon and I could just kind of talk a little bit more freely. But I feel like with the points that we've already went over in this video, and with just how this feels, like, does it even feel real to y'all? Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here saying that no one didn't die. I'm not saying that. Because we know sacrifices are real. It's not just the industry. They're not just sacrificing people in the industry. These people, these occult people, bro, these people at the top, they will do anything to see their goals and their agendas go through. They will kill kids. Y'all already know that, bro. They will sacrifice children. They don't care about other kids. They don't. And y'all know they don't care about little brown kids. They don't care about little black kids. So I'm not saying that a little kid didn't die. But there's, man, I don't know. I wish YouTube wasn't the way it was, and I wish I could just go in on this video with, and just say everything that I wanted to say. But it is what it is, y'all. Look, we finna get to this next clip. Basically, this clip is it was a news clip, basically showing the Facebook post that he sent out, and some of the hints that were overlooked to him being, I guess a mass shooter, or whatever you want to call these kind of people. So I'm just going to talk over the clip. I'm not going to let it play because I don't want it to get copyrighted, because it's from E, and usually E News, they copyright everything. So we're just going to go right into that, and we're going to talk a little bit more about it before we end the video. So check this out. Now, in this footage right here, they were basically talking about the post that he sent out on social media. I don't know if it was Twitter or whatever he was sending these out on. But basically he was saying, wait till tomorrow, kids be scared, all of this stuff that kind of, you know, they want you to kind of see where his mental was to make it seem like that this was just him, you know. Then they're showing you DMs that he had with someone, you know, a girl or something, where he's basically trying to hint to someone that he's going to do something.
He said, I'm going to shoot my grandmother. The second post was, I shot my grandmother. The third post, maybe less than 15 minutes before arriving at the school, was, I'm going to shoot an elementary school.
Here's Jim Moran.
Now you heard that, right? He said the third Facebook post is, I'm going to shoot an elementary school. Key words, you have to listen to these people. He said maybe 15 minutes before he walked into the door at the elementary school. So check this out. You telling me he had time to get in that pickup truck, have a whole chase with the police, crash in the ditch, and then runs into the school? Now remember, he said that third Facebook post had to be less than 15 minutes before he walked into the school. How would he have sent that post in between that time? So he shot, and he said, I'm going to shoot my grandma. I shot my grandma, and then I'm going to go to the kid's school or whatever. So that would mean it would had to only take him about maybe 5 minutes from when he left his house, crashed the car. The school had to be very close. Obviously, I don't know how far the elementary school was from where he stayed, but that timing wise seems a little bit off. It just doesn't seem like he would have sent a third post saying, yo, I'm headed to the school. And then within like those 10 minutes of him sending that post and arriving to the school, he gets into a chase, he crashed the car, then he runs into the elementary school. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And why was it done at an elementary school? Why? It's because it's going to pull your heartstrings even more. It wasn't going to do anything if this bully kid went to his high school and shot the two bullies that bullied him. Then it's kind of justified. I mean, he'll still get in trouble, but it's kind of justified because he was a bullied kid. It does nothing for gun reform. It does nothing to push this agenda on the citizens to scare people into wanting to protect their kids more, or, you know, to scare people into believing that we don't need guns. That's why it's done at a school. It's to pull on your emotions. Anything else, it wouldn't have worked this way. So you have to understand how these things are orchestrated to pass a certain agenda, man. Y'all already know what is going on, man. Look, I don't even have to say too much more in this video. I'm actually just gonna leave this one where it's at. I don't want to keep rambling and saying things that I should not say in this video. So yeah, man, with that being said, y'all just please let me know what's going on in the comments. Y'all already know. We'll come back with a part 2. Still got to do the part 2 on the Buffalo shooting, and we'll come back with a part 2 with this as well. I actually got a lot of content coming up for y'all across both platforms, as I've said before. So, you know, just expect things to just be rolling out, man. Y'all already know what's going on. Once again, I really appreciate y'all. Really appreciate all the new subs, man. Y'all showing hella love. So y'all just let me know what y'all think in the comments. Anything that I might not didn't go over in this part 1, you know, just hit me with it. We'll go back and forth, start a conversation about this as always. So with that being said, it's Black Balloon, and I'm gonna see y'all soon.